Hi everybody, welcome back to the Astrolerma channel. Today I'm going to be talking about stargates and portals and how they actually work. See, reality is not made of solid objects the way most people have been taught. What appears to be matter is actually the result of energy organizing itself into stable patterns, held together by gravity and interpreted by consciousness. Everything exists within a continuous field of potential energy, constantly moving and constantly shifting. What we call a place is not just a physical location, it is a specific frequency. It's a precise energetic signature within that field. Every location has its own harmonic identity, a set of values that define how energy is behaving there. These values are always changing, even if slightly, because everything interacts with everything else. The smallest movement, even something microscopic, alters the energetic relationships in that area. So nothing is truly still. What people perceive as solid continuity is only the mind stabilizing a constantly shifting energetic flow. Gravity is not just a force pulling objects together. It's the movement of energy itself, the flow that shapes how matter appears and behaves. Matter is simply a visible effect of concentrated gravitational flux. Where this flow is stronger or more focused, matter appears denser. Where it's weaker, matter appears lighter or more diffuse. But at its core, everything is the same substance, energy and motion. Because every place is defined by its frequency, movement through space is not fundamentally about distance, it's about compatibility. When two locations share the same harmonic values, they become equivalent. In that moment, they are effectively the same place, even if they appear far apart in conventional terms. When that equivalence happens, a portal forms. A portal is not a tunnel or a hole carved through space. It's a moment of alignment. It's when one location becomes another because their energetic signatures match. When something enters that point of equivalence, it transitions naturally into another location. From the outside, this can appear as an opening or a distortion or something emerging from nowhere. But what is really happening is a shift in frequency, not a traversal of distance. These alignments happen constantly on a small scale. Most are too weak or too brief to be noticed in an obvious way. They may only produce subtle effects like a strange feeling, a shadow in the peripheral vision, a sound that can't be explained, or a sudden sense of familiarity known as déjà vu. These are all small energetic overlaps. They're tiny portals opening and closing as part of a natural motion of reality. Larger portals form in areas where energy is more concentrated. These are planetary nodes, places where the flow of energy is stronger and more organized. Such locations exist all over the Earth. Some have been recognized for thousands of years and marked by ancient structures. Others remain unknown or misunderstood. In these areas, the chances of two locations reaching harmonic equivalence increases, making portal formation more likely and more stable. This is why certain places have long been associated with disappearances, anomalies, and unexplained phenomena. When a portal becomes strong enough, physical objects and even people can pass through it. The destination is not random. It is determined by energetic compatibility. A location will connect to another location that shares similar harmonic characteristics. This is why a portal opening over an ocean is more likely to connect to another ocean or coastal region rather than empty space. The system follows energetic logic, not chaos. Time is part of the same system. It's not separate from space, but integrated into the same field of frequency and energy. Because of this, a portal does not only connect different places, it can also connect different moments. The temporal aspect of a location is often even more sensitive than the spatial one. When a portal opens, it can lead not just to another location, but to that location at a different point in time. This explains why some disappearances involve reappearances far outside the expected timeline. The question is not only where something went, but when. Artificial portals use the same principles but with controlled technology. Instead of waiting for natural alignment, a machine generates the conditions needed to force that equivalence. This is what a Stargate is. The core structure of such a device is a toroidal field, an energetic configuration shaped like a donut. Energy flows around this structure and converges towards its center. That central point becomes the active portal. The function of the toroid field is to change the frequency of anything that enters it. As an object moves into the portal, it is gradually brought into alignment with the frequency of the intended destination. When full compatibility is reached, the object is no longer part of its original location. It becomes part of the destination and appears there instantly. From the outside, the active portal may look like a distortion in the air, a shimmering surface, or a fluid-like membrane. It can resemble moving water or a blurred mirror. In some cases, it may appear as a flash of light or a brief ripple. On the receiving side, objects may simply appear without any visible transition, as if they emerged from nothing. The key to controlling a portal is knowing exactly the frequency of the destination. Every location has a precise energetic signature, and that signature must be matched with high accuracy. Small errors can lead to instability or unintended destinations. This is why detailed frequency mapping is essential. It's not enough just to know the general area. The exact harmonic values must be calculated and maintained. Unlike a vehicle that can travel to a general location and then adjust its position, a portal must open directly at the precise destination point. This requires extremely detailed data. If the information is incomplete or outdated, the portal may connect to a different but similar location. Since all places are constantly changing, maintaining accurate frequency maps becomes increasingly difficult over large distances. Another critical factor is mass. Portals are not only limited by their physical size, but by the amount of energy required to shift the frequency of the object passing through them. Every object has a certain mass and density, which corresponds to how much gravitational energy it's interacting with. To move that object through a portal, the system must generate enough energy to overcome and reconfigure that interaction. This creates a threshold. A portal may be large enough for an object to fit through physically, but if that object is too dense or too massive, the system will not be able to shift its frequency. As a result, lighter objects may pass through easily, while heavier ones cannot, even if they're of similar size. A small portal may allow a person to pass, but not a large piece of machinery. Increasing the capacity requires significantly more power. This is one reason why large-scale portal systems require massive infrastructure. Generating and maintaining the necessary energy levels is difficult, especially with less advanced technology. More advanced systems can achieve the same results with smaller devices because they are more efficient at managing energy and frequency control. Portals can also be configured in different ways. A single portal can send objects to a destination, but returning from that destination requires either another portal or finding the original exit point while it's still active. More stable systems use paired portals, one at the origin and one at the destination, creating a two-way connection. This allows for controlled and continuous movement between the 2 points. Some locations on Earth have been used as fixed destination points for artificial portals. These are often marked by structures such as carved stone doorways or other symbolic forms. The structure itself does not generate the portal. It marks the location where a portal is intended to open when activated from somewhere. Okay, the actual device exists on the controlling side, and it projects the portal to that destination point. This explains why some ancient sites appear to have no clear purpose in conventional terms. They're not entrances in the physical sense. They're markers of frequency, chosen locations where the energetic conditions are suitable for portal alignment. When activated, These points can serve as entry or exit locations without any visible machinery present. Artificial portals are used for transportation, communication, and logistics. They allow instant movement between locations without traversing the space in between. This includes movement between planets, as long as the frequencies are compatible and properly calculated. In some systems, individuals or objects can be transferred directly from one place to another using a controlled field, similar to what is often described as a transport beam. However, portals are not without risks. Instability can occur if the energy levels fluctuate, if the harmonic alignment drifts, or if the mass of the object exceeds the system's capacity. Overheating and system strain are also concerns, especially in less advanced devices. These limitations make portals powerful but not always practical compared to other forms of travel. There is also the issue of precision over distance. As locations shift and their frequencies change, long-distance portals become less reliable without constant recalibration. This makes traditional navigation methods, which allow for adjustment during travel, more dependable in many situations. Despite these challenges, portals represent a direct application of the fundamental nature of reality. They demonstrate that space and time are not fixed barriers, but flexible expressions of energy and frequency. Movement is not constrained by distance, but by alignment. When the correct conditions are created, transition becomes instantaneous. Understanding this changes how reality itself is perceived. The world is no longer a collection of solid objects separated by empty space. It's a continuous field of energy, shaped by gravity and interpreted by consciousness. Every place is a frequency. Every moment is part of the same flow. When those frequencies align, boundaries disappear. So portals are not anomalies within the system. They are natural consequences of it. I hope you enjoyed this short video on portals and stargates. Stay tuned for my next video, which is going to be about astral navigation. Thank you for watching.